during the tour that you took us on around your office, around the corporation, I noticed that there are a whole lot of young people here, and you focus a lot on young people. So, what are the projects that have already been put in place for young people in Africa, for the youths in Africa, youths in universities, youths on the streets? Who want to be part of this, who want to be part of this revolution. So, what are the projects that have been put in place for youths like this, for young people in Africa?
Oh, that's a fantastic question. Any technology, anything that is able to generate the interest in youth, it can become successful. Because they are the people who can take it and make it reality. So we believe in that. And we have been providing, we've been involved in youth development and youth empowerment, be it training, the business process outsourcing that we have downstairs, we have seen, and now these latest digital technologies. In the blockchain area, we have realized that 80 to 85% of the people are very young who are catching this, because the other people who are laterals in the industry, it takes time for them to change, to adapt the change, because they have to unlearn what they have learned before. But for these young people, it is a new thing, it's an exciting thing, and they are suddenly able to see that they can solve a lot of problems which traditional systems could not solve. So we are working with youth in Africa to build solutions on digital identity, in supply chain management, in credentialing services, and addressing the problems in the taxation, and also the electronic cargo tracking. These are some of the solutions. Why we pick them up and involving the youth? These are the solutions which we are traditionally strong as well in the enterprise sector. So now it becomes very not easy, but it is suitable to put those solutions which are already in production and working in the market with the customers. Now you put them, test them on the new latest blockchain technology, where the customer can see the benefit and also the other industry stakeholders. And this is where we're creating a platform. The last Saturday, when we had a conference on the blockchain awareness day, I had an opportunity to interact with a lot of young people who have got brilliant ideas, and they are not our ideas, it's their own ideas. So we nurture them, we mentor them, and we help them, we give them a platform to take these ideas to the next level. In the process, we can have a revenue sharing model for taking them to the market and also helping them to launch their products and ideas. So it's a very exciting time to work with a lot of young people here on blockchain.
Yes, yes, definitely. And one thing to be noted is that you are shifting focus from traditional methods of technology, traditional technological methods, to the use of blockchain technology. Why is that? We already know why that is, but I would like to hear from you as the COO of TechnoBrain, why TechnoBrain is looking to build new solutions using blockchain technology.
It's a very, very interesting question. A very helpful question as well to understand why we are moving to where we are moving. One of the biggest problem in the technology space today is scalability. We have put the traditional systems, but they are not able to scale as per the demand that is required. To the cost, every time you want to scale, there is a lot of cost involved. Three, the number of stakeholders that are involved and the amount of data that has been exchange between all the stakeholders, security aspects comes in, right? So the scalability issue, the cost, rising costs, and also the security of the information. Yes, the traditional database systems, traditional internet-based solutions are able to solve these problems to certain extent, or to majority of the extent in today's world. But the industry is changing. More and more stakeholders want to have an equal playing role in the ecosystem they are part of. This is essentially one of the issue that blockchain is trying to address using the consensus. If you are a stakeholder in the ecosystem, you have the equal rights to talk about it, to vote for it, to decision making part of it, because you are also part of the integral ecosystem. From a traditional centralized systems, the whole world is moving to decentralized systems. In the decentralization, the blockchain is helping to decentralize the existing systems or the solutions, traditional database solutions or traditional internet solutions. The decentralization is helping the solutions to provide this, address these challenges as scalability. And when it is a distributed computing in a decentralized method, the costs are also shared and the transactions are instant. and people have a right to um, share the information what they would like to share with whom they would like to share. We have seen the GDPR, which is coming into effect. All of last week, everybody is talking about. Essentially, what it says is user has to decide what information about him or her to be shared with whom, to what extent. Now, this decentralization with the distributed technology using blockchain is essentially addressing the core of that problem. So all the solutions that are already in the place, by bringing in the blockchain, we are able to bring in those aspects which we could not solve these problems for quite a long time. Yes, there is a lot of hype around it, but look at the Fortune 500 companies. Everybody is doing something or other, be it national governments or petroleum companies or global logistics companies, the banks. They formed the consortiums like R3 Consortium. Linux Foundation launched Hyperledger. 150 of the Fortune companies are part of it. IBM is doing case studies with use cases with a lot of governments and supply chain organizations. So we are now, we already have the customers, we already have the mind share in the market. We have seen the technology evolving. We understood what are the problems it can solve. And by building the capacity and by transporting the solutions to the blockchain, we're expecting that it would solve some of the traditional problems we could not solve.
Yeah, beautiful. Okay. And I can see that you're partnering with some communities. I mean, on Saturday, you were at the EOS Nairobi meetup for the blockchain awareness event put together by the EOS community in Nairobi, and you signed an MOU with them. Could you tell us more about the MOU?
Sure. The EOS is very interesting that we came across a couple of months back, and EOS Nairobi is a very active community in Nairobi in helping to build the blockchain ecosystem. They're also training a lot of people. We realized that there is a good synergy to build the community here. So we partnered with them. We decided to sign an MOU with them mainly to build the community. The first objective of the blockchain incubator that we are signing with them and the university, some of the academics are also joining, academic institutions are also joining the blockchain incubator. The first objective is to build the community.
I'm sorry to cut you short for a bit. I know that there are other communities talk about blockchain enthusiasts, talk about cryptocurrency enthusiasts. There are a whole lot of them in Nairobi. Why did you choose EOS? Why did you choose the EOS community in Nairobi?
Interesting question. They are very active. Yeah, they're very active, and it's a group of young people who are very passionate about this. We are open to talking to and collaborating with other communities as well. Here, meeting of minds happen. We see them very active. We also want to be associated with people who can make things happen faster. As I said, first objective is to build the community, to train people so that you build the capacity that makes the technology to be adopted faster. The second is the incubator will help to launch the ideas. So we bring in the venture capital funds. We also joining as an investor if we see a good idea that we can scale up. When we train the people, when we give them the use cases, some people have entrepreneurial capabilities where they want to launch their idea and bring it to a commercial scale. So we help them, we mentor them, we give them all the resources that are required to take the idea to the market. The third objective is the EOS is an open blockchain platform. When we are talking about some of the solutions in the enterprise segment, there needs to be a certain degree of control that is required. So we go with the private blockchains like Hyperledger. If you want to have a smart contracts deployed on the open blockchain, we look at EOS. Interestingly, EOS compared to Ethereum, they are saying, claiming that it's going to be free. There's no fee to run the smart contracts on EOS. The mainnet is going to be launched next week. We're expecting it to see how the traction, how they solve the scalability problems. So we have options. If it is a private blockchain, we know which underlying protocol to select, like Hyperledger. If it is an open blockchain, if you need a mature platform and you are willing to pay for the fee for the smart contract, you have options like Ethereum and new communities like EOS that are coming up saying it's open and free. It's a very interesting field right now.
Yes, yes.